We have a call coming in. DAV School Jamtara, if you're connected with us, please ask your question.
Hi, yes, madam. I am just asking one question from the light chapter. What is the meaningful method of teaching light? Meaningful method teaching light.
Right, you would like to know how this topic, teaching and learning of this topic can be made interesting. Light.
No, to start with the chapter light, I think as teachers, we should perform some small activities first. That is, they are given in the DAV board also, book also, but there are some activities. Let us see, this glass is on the table and this bottom is raised.
Yes.
You can ask the question to the students why this bottom is raised, or you see through this glass what type of image you are getting. You ask some probing questions first. Take up anything which is on that desk.
Right.
And then ask questions and then proceed. What phenomena is there? Let us say it is the student will be able to answer that it is due to refraction of light.
Yes.
So take up small activities, coin activity.
Yeah. Basically, what you are trying to say is that we should initiate the chapter
discussion.
Interestingly so that the learners are motivated to learn. Isn't it? Maybe you could give some more ideas.
Or you can just tell them to write down some thoughts about refraction of light.
Yes.
On the paper. What are their ideas about why they are seeing things?
Yes.
Due to which phenomena they are seeing things. Ask 3-4 questions. They will be able to write down. Collect those papers.
Right.
So review them, and then for the next class you prepare for that introduction part.
Right.
I would like to add,
there is a call coming in. Let us first take this call and then we will answer this question. DAV Kherakurt, good afternoon. Ask your question, please.
A very good afternoon from DAV Kherakurt. Ma'am, will the activities given in between the chapter be evaluated in summative assessment, and if yes, in what form?
I would like to tell you here, yes, activities will be evaluated. They can be in the form of questions also, and even an experimental setup can be elaborated there, and then children may be asked to comment on that also. These will be definitely evaluated.
The whole course, the component, that content part that you have taught in 5-6 months of first term and second term, any part of it can be asked in summative assessment. Of course, it will be in the form of written examination, but content can be taken from anywhere.
Very rightly said, and I just wanted to add something in the query which was asked earlier, that is about the light. Actually, I have seen good experimental work can be done to teach the chapter of light. While I was a student, I never knew a path of light, that is light ray, how does it move? I was not aware of. Then now the equipments, teaching aids are available, and you can design also in a very simple way. You can have a small cardboard box. You can have a source of light in it, and you can have one end of that box open, and you can have slits fitted there, and you can see a beam of light traveling there and create a dark room. You can keep lens in front of it, you can keep mirror, you can keep prism, and you can see the path of light rays, and actually whatever was just in imagination, probably you would be able to know. If suppose let's say you are able to see 3-4 beams of light are passing through a particular lens, let's say convex lens, and they are all parallel, and you can easily see them meeting at a focal point. That is what I would like to say, that experimental method should be adopted. And yesterday I was exploring a website, sciencekids.com, and a very beautiful game was designed for children, which I enjoyed playing. A source of light was there and a mirror was there. One had to drag the mirror in such a way to focus light at different positions, maybe onto a bench, maybe to a person sitting somewhere, maybe onto a tree, and by doing such game activities child would know if the light is incident from this direction, where will the light go and where will the light fall. And through these approaches the light chapter can be made very interesting.
Yeah, Anjushi, there is a call coming in from DAV Jamtara. Let us first take the call and then we'll continue answering this question. DAV Jamtara.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I have a query about mark distribution that is there in physical subject, that is 30 marks is there, and
Yes.
whereas in bioscience, madam, it is given 25 marks in summative.
Yes,
Why
yes.
this kind of discrimination, madam? Why we are not getting?
Yes, I think this point has been clarified before also. However, Mrs. Puri, what would you like to say?
I like to say that you will see that content of physics is maximum in class 8. That is the reason maximum weightage has been given to physics, 30 marks in each term, and content of chemistry and biology in comparison is less. That is the reason it has been done. And suppose, let's say, child learns so many chapters. There are approximately 8 chapters in class 8 in total in physics, and whereas in biology there are 6 chapters only. And content also, if you see the topics, subtopics also within the chapter, they are also more in physics in comparison to chemistry and biology. So I feel it is justified to give more weightage to physics.
Right. Thank you very much.
There was a query which said that what kind of formative assessments can be given or can be prepared in the chapter of sources of energy. Besides the pen and paper test, we can give activities like survey. We can ask the students to conduct a survey in a few households of their neighbors, relatives or friends to find out their daily energy consumption in terms of electricity, petrol, LPG, etc., wherein the students, they may prepare a questionnaire for this purpose. Questions like how many ACs are installed in your home, do you use washing machine for washing clothes, do you use an electric geyser or a solar geyser, etc. Now, this kind of a questionnaire can be prepared, and this will actually sensitize the students also regarding the reasons or the causes of wastage of energy and why it is important for us to save or conserve energy. So this is one activity. Then they can be asked to prepare a PowerPoint presentation on a topic like occurrence, extraction and refining of petroleum and the uses of petroleum products. Then of course there can be a group activity also, wherein the students the class may be divided into groups, small groups, and a wall magazine, they can be asked to collect data on a particular topic, and then they may be asked to prepare a wall magazine. For example, they can be given topics like classification of fuels, coal, formation, occurrence and its processing, then cleaner fuels today and tomorrow or future fuels. So these are some simple activities which
Even
can be
poster making and slogan writing.
Poster
and all these
making and
activities.
slogan writing can also be,
Yes.
yes, of course. We can talk about, we can ask the students to prepare a poster on conservation of energy, conservation of conservation of energy, because we're talking
only.
about sources
Yes.
of energy
Yes.
only. We will be actually sending the whole material which has already been prepared along with the various assessment rubrics to various schools,
Yes.
as and when it is completely.
Yes.
Yes. In continuation to Madhu, I would like to tell that is we can also they do brainstorming on how to become energy efficient, like use efficient lighting, use energy efficient electric appliances, and how can we save energy. What all can we do to actually we can reuse, reduce, we can
The 4
reuse,
Rs.
reduce and recycle
And recover.
the resources available. Recover also, very good.
The 4 Rs.
Madhu has added 4 hours now. And then should we keep basically our ACs on an on mode and switch on and off by remote or not? Such small thinkings can be done, and probably they'll be able to save the energy in our country also to large extent. Such thought-provoking activity, poster making, brainstorming can be done to use our resources judiciously.
My dear friends, I would like to thank you all also for being so participative and enthusiastic during the teleconferencing. My dear friends, we are going to be with you tomorrow once again at 11 a.m. To discuss social science, specifically its implementation at class 8 level. With this, I thank you all. Goodbye to you.
ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।